What is the United States doing? Lindsey Graham is the worst senator in the U.S. Senate. I just want to be on the record.
Just watching this clip here on Breaking Points with Jeffrey Sachs, professor of economics at Columbia University. He is going to go ahead and call out Lindsey Graham as the worst senator in the country. He's not wrong for thinking, as far as I could tell, Lindsey Graham is an absolute joke, just a complete disaster. And probably everything he's ever said or done has been just the exact opposite of what either the right thing is or what the reality is. So Jeffrey Sachs is going to have this moment here. Let's go ahead and watch this, and then we'll go ahead and react on the back end.
The threat from the United States is, well, if this doesn't work, we'll just go to more sanctions, as if Russia is not the most sanctioned country in the world. Already, we've actually seen, we can put A7, please, here on the screen. Both Lindsey Graham and the White House advisor, Peter Navarro, say that India's, quote, Russian crude oil buying must stop. Of course, even the imposition of 50% tariffs on India has not changed their behavior a single iota. In fact, Narendra Modi is posting about phone calls with President Putin just yesterday. I believe I was reading this morning that the Chinese foreign minister is actually in New Delhi as of this morning, meeting with the Indian foreign minister. So they're basically holding up a middle finger to the U.S. in response to these tariffs. So it does appear that many of the cards that are supposedly left to play, both by the Europeans and the U.S., don't really exist if they want to put any more, quote, pressure on Russia.
Lindsey Graham is the worst senator in the U.S. Senate. I just want to be on the record stating that. I will state that every show you have me on. He's a fool, just a fool. Okay, let me put that aside to get on to the substance. The imposition of the 25% penalty tariff on India was the stupidest tactical move of U.S. foreign policy for a long time. And that's saying a lot, by the way. I could make a list of the top 10, the top 20.
I'd like to see that list, Professor.
Yes.
If you make
why don't we talk about that sometime?
Yeah.
But what it did overnight was unify the BRICS countries as never before. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. I watched it, by the way, pretty close up, actually, because I know the leaders in all of these countries. Within 24, 48 hours, there was a flurry of calls. Brazil with India, Brazil with Russia, Brazil with China, China with India, China with Russia. Donald Trump was the great unifier of the BRICS. And wonderful. Okay, I like the BRICS, by the way. So I have no problem with that. But the opposite of what Lindsey Graham conceivably could have been thinking, or Peter Navarro, who, okay, I'll put him on the list of probably the most incompetent PhD that my former department ever granted. He is a PhD in economics that apparently learned nothing, certainly didn't take my class. But in any event, going after India, a country that the U.S. has been cultivating for strategic and diplomatic relations, and it's a long story, but trying to get India on side against China and the so-called Quad arrangement and so many things. And Trump ended it overnight because, by the way, even if this 25% tariff penalty is removed, and I think it probably will be, the Indians learned a lesson that I was trying to tell them, by the way, for years. You cannot trust the United States. And no, we've got the inside track. We've got good relations. No, you don't. There's no ability to have a trusting relationship with the United States. This is improv land. And you're not going to get the kind of relationship that you think. Well, everybody in India understands that completely. Not only have the BRICS countries been pulled together, but in the media in India, in the print and online media, nonstop.
We've covered some of that.
Yeah, we played it here.
Days and days. What is the United States doing? We have to find our friends and so forth. So this was a blunder that has zero practical import of getting anyone to any negotiating tables, zero. But it completely undermined one strand of U.S. foreign policy built up for years. I don't like that strand, so I like the BRICS. So good. The BRICS are much stronger and more united now than ever. Fine. Donald Trump united them. Peter Navarro united them. Lindsey Graham united them. Congratulations.
The lesson at the end of the day is that whenever Trump was talking and whenever the Republicans were talking about the incompetence of Joe Biden and the incompetence of the Democrats and all these things, it's always pure projection. These people are the most incompetent bunglers and morons and idiots in the entire world. They don't understand cause and effect. They don't understand like the simplest things about policy and like international relations, and like, just they don't understand anything. And so you have people that are just bungling and like stumbling around and doing random shit, like throwing shit at the wall, hoping that it sticks. You get results that are absolutely disastrous, like we're dealing with both domestically and internationally. It's incompetence through and through. And I expect nothing less and nothing more for the next 3.5 years or so. God help us, God save us all. So they will continue to make our enemies stronger. They will continue to make us weaker. And we just have to hang on and hope to survive for the next 3.5 years and get out the other side and get to a better place. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.